All right, here are some practice problems dealing with incomplete dominance and codominance. I just wanted to give you guys a few examples of what this might look like prior to jumping into your own assignment. So we're going to cover some incomplete dominance questions first. First one says, and you can follow along and do this on your own practice as we go through it here as well. So it says coat color in mice is incompletely dominant. Yellow and white colored mice are homozygous, while cream-colored mice are heterozygous. If two cream-colored mice mate, what phenotypic ratio can we expect of their offspring? Show the Punnett square. All right, so first, what information are we given? Yellow and white are homozygous. So let's represent, I like using letters you can easily distinguish capital from lowercase. So I'm going to use A's to represent this. So I'm going to say A equals yellow. And I'm going to say that, let's go B's, I guess. Why not? Capital B's are going to equal white. And then cream is heterozygous, one of each. So A, B equals cream colored. So remember, all these traits are dominant. Incomplete dominance means that you have capital letters representing all of your traits. Homozygous means same. So yellow and white are same capital. And heterozygous, one of each. Capital A, capital B. So that's how you would set that initial, problem up. Then it says if two, and that's probably your biggest step right there, because once you're there, the rest is kind of downhill. If two cream-colored mice, so now you're crossing two cream-colored mice, AB crossed with another AB, combine your alleles. Make sure I did that right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, what phenotypic ratio can we expect of their offspring? So phenotype, remember, is a physical trait. So you would say that 1/4 or 25%, doesn't matter how you represent it, either 1/4 or 25% would be yellow. You would say another 25% down here is white, and 50% chance of having a cream-colored offspring. So 25% chance yellow, 25% chance white, 50% cream. Remember, incomplete dominance, you're blending traits. So that's why you get the yellow crossed with the white, and you get a cream. All right, moving on. In radishes, red and white are purebred colors, while hybrids are purple. So remember, purebred is same, hybrids one of each. So let's write that out. We'll use ours for red. So red, purebred. White is purebred, so that's red. This one's white. And a hybrid of it, so one of each, equals purple. Still dealing with incomplete dominance, so you have capital letters representing all of these traits. And a possible blend, so that's why you're using two separate letters to represent those different colors. If a red radish, it says, if a red radish is crossed with a white radish, so red crossed with purebred white, what will the offspring be? Combine your alleles in your Punnett square. And all of the offspring, the potential offspring, would all be purple colors. So you would say 100% or all of them would be purple, like that. Okay. Feel free to stop, write this down, practice on your own here too. I'm going to keep moving. In Snapdragon, so we're still with incomplete dominance. In Snapdragon's flower color is controlled by incomplete dominance. The two alleles are red, capital R, and white, capital W. The heterozygous genotype is expressed as pink, so one of each. So it's just laying it out. So phenotype of capital R's, it says, was red. The phenotype, physical trait of capital W's is white. And, whoops. And the one of each is going to be pink. RW is pink. So that's your setup. Then it asks you this. A pink flower is crossed with a white flowered plant. What's the probability of producing a pink flowered plant? So let's set it up. A pink flowered plant. Remember up here, pink is represented by RW. So let's do our Punnett square. We'll do it over here. RW is crossed with a white flowered plant. White is represented by two capital W's. Combine your alleles. Squeaky pen. What is the probability of producing a pink flowered plant? So WW is white. That's not it. That's not it. RW is pink from up here. So your chance or your probability of producing a pink flowered plant is half of them, or 50%. All right, let's see what else. Do we want to do maybe one? Let's just do one more. We'll do one more of these. So sticking with incomplete dominance or a blending of traits, let's look up here and do one more. It says flowers, vowels. Wow, let me get this right. Andalusian vowels. Black individuals are represented by capital B. White is going to be capital W. Excuse me, they're homozygous, so they're the same. So let's just write that down so we know it. Capital B that equals black. W's indicate white. A homozygous blackbird is crossed with homozygous whitebird. All of the offspring are bluish gray. So you've got a blend or a combination. So we're going to say bluish gray. Show the cross as well as the genotypes and phenotypes of the parents. So they're just asking you to set it up. So if you can and show that result. So black combined with white gives you all this bluish gray like this. So it'd be 100% BW for your genotype, 100% blue gray for your phenotype. All right, so that's all incomplete. Let's move on to some codominance questions, because I don't want to make this video super long for you to watch. But let's do a few codominance. Let's move it up. All right, so codominance. Human blood types are determined by genes that follow the codominance pattern of inheritance. There are two dominant alleles, A and B, and one recessive, O. So if you watched the video, if you looked at the notes from previously today, we went through some blood typing and showed you what those alleles look like. So it just says, okay, rate the genotype of each person. So if someone is homozygous for B, that would just mean same, right? So homozygous B. Heterozygous A, so they have to have A, but they're heterozygous. Their only other allele can be an O. So this is homozygous B blood. This is heterozygous, one of each A blood. A is always dominant. A and B are dominant. Type O, the only way to have O blood is if both of the alleles are O. Type A and had a type O parent. So that would be type A blood, but had an O parent. If a parent has O blood, the only allele they can donate to their offspring is an O. That's all they have. So each kid of an O parent has to have their second allele be an O. And then type AB is very straightforward. It is simply AB. Using that information, now let me move this down again. Do this example. Pretend that Brad Pitt is homozygous for type B. Homozygous B. Angelina Jolie is type O. Crossed with type O. O has to be OO, two O's to represent O blood. What are all the possible blood types of their babies? So you put those into your Punnett square, and all of the offspring, I shouldn't say all, the only probability of the offspring's blood type would be BO. So you would say 100% B blood. Remember, B is dominant to O, so BO, that B is gonna be the stronger trait. So the only blood type for their children is gonna be B with those two combinations. All right, let's see, what else? Let's do maybe one more blood type. Here, let's move it down. Draw a Punnett square showing all the possible blood types for the offspring produced by a type O mother and a type AB father. So O crossed with an AB. Same thing, put it in a Punnett square. O with an AB. Fill in your Punnett square, and here are your possible results. So in this example, you would have 50% chance of having an AO blood child, or 50% having B blood. A blood, B blood. Only way to get O is to have both alleles be O. All right, usually blood type's pretty straightforward. Codominance, both alleles showing up. Let's do, let me flip this a second. Yeah, we'll do two more with codominance that is not linked to blood type. So here it says in chickens. So in some chickens, the gene for feather color is controlled by codominance. The allele for black is capital B, the allele for white is W. The heterozygous phenotype is known as erminate, black and white spotted. Remember, with codominance, both traits can show up. So that's when you're going to get a spotted individual. So here we have genotype for black. So the allele for black is capital B. White, capital W's. Erminate, one of each. Because you're going to have a spotted. So this is your setup. Black, big B, white, capital W's, erminate, one of each. Knowing that, let's do a couple on the back here. I'll break it down for you. 2 erminate chickens were crossed. Show the Punnett square. Remember from the other side of this, erminate was the combination, the spotted chicken color. So here's your 2 erminate parents. It's your Punnett square. What's the probability they would have a black chick? Right here. 1/4 or 25% chance. Probability they would have a white chick is down here. Same thing, 25%. And last one, a black chicken is crossed with a white chicken. Show the Punnett square. As you practice with these and you start noticing patterns and trends, this becomes much quicker and easier for you to do. What's the probability they will have an erminate chicken? Well, looking at our results, the entire Punnett square is filled with capital BW, which are all erminate. So their only chance of having the offspring, only chance is to be erminate. So you'd have 100% of them be that erminate color, that spotted color. So again, trying to make sure you're using those those dominant letter combination traits, understanding what letters represent what traits, so then you can set up your Punnett square correctly and then get the correct results. Again, knowing that incomplete dominance, your blending traits, or I'm sorry, I said yes, incomplete dominance, your blending traits. Codominance, you're going to have both traits show up. They're codependent. So both of them are going to show up in like a spotted flower, spotted fur color, etc. So hopefully those examples helped you out. Contact your teachers if you need some extra support.